Welcome back. A February report to lawmakers found that nearly 10% of all Vermonters will struggle with an eating disorder in their lifetime. And now there's going to be more coverage for adults in Vermont who are trying to get treatment for eating disorders that are higher level. Joining me now are Ashley Berliner, the Department of Vermont Health Access Policy Lead, and Sandy Hoffman, the department's Deputy Commissioner. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
So Ashley, let's start with you. What changes are on the way in the new year?
So effective January 1st, we're going to be expanding our coverage of residential eating disorder treatment to adults over 21 years of age. For the first time right now, it's only a covered benefit for children under 21.
And so did this group not have as many resources because of that prior to this change?
Prior to this change, there was no coverage for adults who needed residential eating disorder treatment.
And was that one of the things that you heard when asking Vermonters during some of these working groups about eating disorders that they needed?
Yeah, I think we've known it's been a gap for a long time in the state of Vermont. We don't have any current facilities in the state that provide residential treatment to Vermonters for eating disorders in particular. So this has been something that we have been aware of for a long time and are finally in a position where we can offer expanded coverage for adults.
And Sandy, what kinds of treatments are then covered by Medicaid under this change? It's residential, but is there partial as well?
Partial hospitalization, intensive outpatient services, and acute hospitalization have all been part of what was covered. And for children, residential was covered.
Mm-hmm. And so how do people who feel like they need a higher level of treatment actually get into it, Sandy?
So they would work with their primary care provider or whoever they're seeing, and that provider would make a referral to one of the residential treatment facilities. That facility would then review the clinical documentation to determine whether or not that level of care is met. And if so, they would admit the member and then let the Department of Vermont Health Access know. And we would do concurrent review to ensure that it did meet criteria for residential treatment.
Mm-hmm. And you alluded to this already, but do we have the treatment resources in Vermont for this, or are people going to be seeking a lot of this care out of state?
Yeah, it's going to be out of state. There are some providers in bordering states that are available for our members, but there's nothing in state for residential treatment.
Mm-hmm. And is there still work to be done with this, Sandy?
Yeah, well, we have a team that actively recruits providers outside of Vermont. Hopefully someone in Vermont will eventually provide the services, but it doesn't look promising right now.
Mm-hmm. And Ashley, what would you like to see going forward in this regard to help ease some of those gaps in coverage?
I think what we're doing is the right way forward. We need to make sure that we have neighboring facilities in other states enrolled in Vermont Medicaid. We're working on that on an ongoing basis as the need is identified. We have a team in place to go out and negotiate enrollment with those providers. And as Sandy said, someday we would like to have more access in the state of Vermont. Right now, that doesn't seem realistic, but we're doing everything we can within our power to make sure that we're connecting individuals in need with the appropriate levels of treatment.
And we will have information on how people can weigh in on our website with this story. Thank you both for your time on this important topic.
Thank you.
Thank you.